He's new, it's okay.
There he goes. Now it's on. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and welcome to our service. This evening, we are doing a couple of things. It is Memorial Weekend, so we'll have a special moment closer to Kaddish and for memorials. And then it's also the time when we celebrate our graduates. That's right. And you can tell graduation is in the air. I don't know how many parties across the street at our home where the pool is, I've seen in the last few days.
Yep.
Pool is now open, so.
I've seen more balloon numbers than I have all year.
Yes. This past weekend, I think it was, there were about 200 cars around us. So I was like, wait a minute, I can't go anywhere. Nobody parked in front of our driveway. So good people, good neighbors. So congratulations to all our graduates. We have some of the names, and we're going to congratulate everybody, even if you didn't get a chance to send us the names. I am Rabbi Javier Catapan, and I'm joined this evening by Leslie Zucker and our musicians and our technical team of one. And we thank our BOW committee for bringing us beyond our walls. And they're always looking for digital docents and other people who can help with the streaming. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's doable. And Dave and his team will help you. And so for those of you joining us virtually, we do have a technical assistance. Line is 913-303-1134, and that is our number. You can text that number and we'll guide you to other parts of the internet where you can find us. We are not all over, but in 3-4 places. Finally, for all of us here in person, we are calling the page numbers in the square brackets. And also take a moment to make sure that all your electronic devices are set to mute. Again, Shabbat Shalom and welcome. We continue welcoming Shabbat together. On page 121, we offer this prayer before we light the Shabbat candles. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Page 120, if you have candles at home, we invite you to light them and continue together with the blessings.
Me too, kid.
You're doing fine. Again.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. On page 130, we continue welcoming Shabbat with the words of Lechu Nerena, that's Psalm 95. Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena al Adonai, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena, Lechu Neranena al Adonai. Naria, Naria, Betzur Ishenu, Mekadma Lecha Dodi is on page 138. We join together in stanzas 1, 2, 5, and 9. Lecha Dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת תקבלה. lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
שמור וזכור ודיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המקרב אדוני אחד, ושמור אחד, השם אותי קרב ולי תהילה.
lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
לקראת שבת לכו ונערכה, תהי מקור הברכה, מראש ניתנת בשמחה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה.
lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בעולך תומי אורי, אורי אורי שתעברי, אור אדוני עלייך נגאל.
lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, ים בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. lecha דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. יאי לי לי לי, יאי לי 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 לי. יאי לי 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 לי. תערכו את אדוני, ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם Continue together on page 149. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the order of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch Ata Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim. Everlasting love, you offer your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ohev Amo Israel. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lavavecha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom alevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham b'shivtecha b'vetecha ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אמת. Page 158. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש. נורא עושה זה אלי אנו ואמרו, זה אלי אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך בעולם ועד. יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 We join together at the top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch Ata Adonai, hapores Shabbat Shalom aleinu ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. ישמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. תשמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם. ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם. ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם. ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם. ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם. ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם. ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם. ברית עולם. na 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 Adonai. Na 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 satai tiftach. Na 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 ufi yagid, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 sfatai tiftach. Na 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 ufi yagid tehilatecha. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 sfatai tiftach. Na 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 ufi yagid tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chasdevot v'Imahot, U'mevii Gula Livnei Bnehem, Leman Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magid Avraham Vezerat Sarah Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye Metim Ata Rav Lehoshia Morid Hatal Mechakel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye Metim Berakamim Rabim Zomech Nofelim Verofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishene Afar Micha Mocha Bal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memitu Mechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua B'nei Halachayot Metim Baruch Atah Adonai Mechaye HaMetim Ata Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yehalalu Chasela Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Continue silently through page 180. We now turn our thoughts to those in need of return and healing. We begin with a Misheberach for those in captivity whose whereabouts are unknown. We're counting 230 days from the tragic events of October 7, 2023. May the one who blessed Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob, Leah, and Rachel, bless, watch, and guard the captives, men, women, and young children, among others of the house of Israel who found themselves in distress and captivity. May Adonai grant mercy upon them, take them out from darkness and gloom, break their chains, redeem them from their ordeals, and return them quickly to the comfort of their families. And may the words of the prophet Isaiah be fulfilled speedily in our own time. Ufiduei Adonai yeshuvun, then the ransom of Adonai shall return. Uva'u Tzion berina v'simchat olam al rosham, and come with shouting to Zion, crowned with joy everlasting. Sason v'simcha yasigu v'nasu yagon v'anacha. They shall attain joy and gladness, while sorrow and sighing flee. And together we say, Amen.
Amen.
Our attention now turns closer to home to those among us who are in need of healing of the mind, body, and spirit. If you're joining us online, you may have access to the Misheberach by following the link. You can also type names on the comments. For those of us here in person, you also have a Misheberach list with your announcements. But we invite you to share names as I go around the sanctuary, starting with the choir loft here. Thank you. On this side. As we think of those in need of healing, we turn to page 371, where you can find the words for the Mi Sheberach prayer.
Mi Sheberach Avoteinu Mekor HaBeracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
May the one who blessed our ancestors bring blessings of strength, compassion, and healing to those of us who struggle with the oppression of addiction, emotional distress, and mental suffering. Surround them with loving kindness, grace, companionship, and peace.
Mi Sheberach Imoteinu Mekor HaBeracha Lavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, their renewal of body, their renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
It is now time for our Simcha moment. We invite you to share Simcha, a joy from this past week that may include your birthday, anniversary, good news, and accomplishments, minus the graduates. We have a special moment for you. You come up here if you are in person, you tell us who you are and what you're here. And online, you can type names and I'll try to read them. The Simcha, as quickly as I can.
My name's Alina, and school's out.
Did you close it yourself?
What?
Did you close it yourself?
My name is Hadassah, and this week, I have done.
Move it a little closer to the microphone.
I have done my final cooking lab in my home ec. I made pasta, and I have got a 21 out of 21 on my orchestra final, and I have and school's almost out, and now I'm just here with all these happy memories. So.
I'm Carol, and I went to the bake sale, and they had a raffle, and there was one prize that people were putting a lot of tickets in, so I decided to put my tickets in the other one, and I won. So I got these cute little plushy toys, which I had the pleasure of giving away tonight to Hadassah.
I'm Barb. Closer?
Stand on the X.
I'm Barb. How about that? I have 2 words, not guilty. I was pulled over after services, and the policeman said that I went through the red light, and I know I didn't do it. And everybody told me just to pay the fine, pay the fine, pay the fine. And I knew I didn't do that, so I went to the trial Wednesday, and I beat them, and I didn't have to do anything. So I was very happy about that.
Wonderful.
I'm Sheila Spicer. I have 2 Simchas. My daughter, who you congratulated for graduating high school last year, Sam, successfully completed her freshman year at K-State. She's the first of my 3 children to complete their freshman year in college. And she's studying sports nutrition. And also, next Thursday, we're leaving for our trip to my home state, California. I'm going to attend my niece, Mira Sterling's bat mitzvah, and then my boyfriend Pete and I are traveling up the coast to visit my friends and family in California and his mom in Oregon.
Nice. Somebody pays attention.
I'm Warren. My son and daughter-in-law are in visiting from Honolulu, and not only is it nice to see them, but speaking of graduation tonight, my son was invited back to the high school he attended to be the distinguished alumni speaker, so that was a lot of fun.
I'm Leslie, and after thinking that I was going to have to be in my show myself, I got my friend's show cast. So I have my complete cast, and we start rehearsals in about a week.
Oh, wonderful. Well, and I think we can announce that yesterday we closed on our house in Michigan, so we are now proud owners of 2 homes for a few more weeks. Hopefully that will sort it out itself. This evening is a little different. I thank you for coming and sharing your simchas. I will invite you to go back to your seats because we have a lot to do together. But before we continue with our celebration of the graduates, and this is important because I will mention this a little later on, so I wanted to make sure that we do our counting of the Omer. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer hayom shenayim ve'shloshim yom shehem arba'a shavuot ve'arba'a yamim la'omer. Today is 32 days, which is 4 weeks and 4 days of the Omer. Congratulations, graduates. Do we have, we have some pictures, so we're gonna ask Dave to do that. But I know that at least one of our graduates is here in person.
Woohoo! So
we're not gonna show his picture only, we're gonna ask him to stand, but I'm not gonna make you come up here all by yourself tonight. No, I am not. You can stay there, no. He was ready. All right, well. But first, we have a beautiful list here. The first one is Simon Balanov, who graduates from Hyman Brand Hebrew Academy and plans to attend Colorado State University to study computer science.
Gabriel Decker graduates from Blue Valley North High School and plans to attend Georgia Tech to major in music technology.
Braxton Hammondtree graduates from the University of Kansas Business School. Starting in June, he'll be working for Spring Venture Group, an insurance brokerage firm in downtown KC, capital in sales.
Arlo Henneke. Molly Levinson. Arlo Henneke. I was
Yes,
right.
you
Arlo
got it.
graduates from Olathe East High School and plans to attend the School of Engineering at the University of Kansas. Yay!
Molly Beth Levinson, here's Molly, yes, graduates with a Bachelor in Arts in Legal Studies and Criminal Justice from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and she plans to start law school in Chicago in the fall.
Eli Maker graduates from Blue Valley West and plans to attend the Business Leadership Program at the University of Kansas.
You know, I'm going on through all these. I mean, I did all their bar mitzvahs and confirmations. They're all like graduating now. I'm getting old. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I mean, Skylar Penner graduates from Hyman Brand Hebrew Academy and plans to attend K-State to study to be a mechanical engineer, and he wants to use his training to get a job involved with the railroad industry.
And finally, Stella Rudman graduated as the first ever valedictorian in the inaugural class of Académie Lafayette International High School and plans to attend Case Western Reserve University to study engineering.
Fantastic.
Arlo, would you like to stand for the blessing?
May your eyes shine with the light of Torah and your face be radiant as the brightness of the sky. May your lips speak words of wisdom, and may the world you live in be the world of your dreams. Mazel tov, congratulations to all our graduates, those of you who are here, who join us virtually, who send us your pictures, and those who either forgot or didn't get those names in time. This is for all of you. May you be blessed as you go on your way. May you be guided in peace. May you be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. May you be sheltered by the wings of peace. May you be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion penetrate to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. Amen. Now we take all these simchas together and we celebrate this sacred occasion. Wait a minute, what happened? There it is.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
Yeah, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. As you could see earlier, there's a very particular way of counting things in the Jewish tradition. We could just say, today's the 32nd day of the Omer and move on, but now it has to be 4 weeks and 3 days and 4 quarters. I mean, everything has to be complicated. So I'm going to add a little bit to that complication. I apologize in advance. This is my very last Friday night message in this congregation. And I'm sorry, I should have done a little better job to be simpler, but I am not going to be simpler. This is what I wanted to talk about, and so there's a lot of numbers. So if you're not a number person, you can tune out and watch for the deer to walk by for the next 10 minutes. So then go be my guest. So currently we are counting the days between Pesach and Shavuot. And that's 7 times 7. And those of you who have paid attention for the last 8 years know that my favorite number is indeed the number 7. And I have a new number in Grand Rapids. And the second 3 numbers is 377. I am very happy. This one here is 787. So I got 2 sevens, and I had a 7 at the end and the other, so I have 3 sevens in my phone number. So we already have only 18 days left to go until the festival of Shavuot. Now, our Torah portion for this Shabbat is Parashat Behar, that literally means at the mountain or on the mountain, and it also refers to the number 7. We are commanded to count 7 cycles of the sabbatical years, which is 7 years, until we reach the year 50. So we read in the book of Leviticus, "V'safarta lecha sheva Shabbatot shanim sheva shanim sheva." I mean, the word sheva is everywhere, but this is how the Torah is. But list sectionally, you shall count of 7 weeks of years, 7 times 7 years, so that the period of 7 weeks of years gives you a total of 49 years. All right, you count 49 years, and then you get to 50. Now, this mitzvah is known as Yovel, and in English it's called as a Jubilee year. Like the Queen had her Jubilee year, According to the laws of Yovel, though, it's nothing to do with the Queen or her celebration. Nothing. What happens at the Yovel is that all slaves are set free, and all the land is returned to their original owners. It's a pretty radical idea. The requirement of returning the land to its original owners meant that, in effect, land could not be sold or leased in perpetuity. For someone who just closed on a house, it makes you think, I really don't own anything. This had the practical effect, really, of ensuring that the land was not concentrated in a small number of hands. And at a religious level, it meant that the land belonged only to God. And following the Jubilee, the Yovel, was a way to express that the land had its own holiness for God. So, 49 days from Pesach to Shavuot, 49 years to the Jubilee. So is there a connection here besides the number 7? And this is where it gets complicated. In his commentary to the book of Leviticus, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin suggests a parallel between these two counting cycles. The idea is that the counting in sevens always symbolizes a road towards purity and holiness. Earlier in the book of Leviticus, both men and women who might have become impure are commanded to count how many days? 7 days, after which, on the 8th day, they undergo ritual immersion and purity. I know you may be thinking, well, maybe number 8 is important. No, here, stay with me. It's all about sevens. It had nothing to do with 8 or 50 or 49. It's all about 7. Now, the Yovel, with its revolutionary idea, aims to a society without a chronically dispossessed and poor population. So in that way, Rabbi Riskin suggests, it purifies debts and debtors by forcing collectors to wipe everyone's debts clean and return property to the original owners. Likewise, the days from Pesach to Shavuot evoke a sense of purification. So to understand that what Rabbi Riskin is referring to, we need to remember that Jewish holidays have several names and meanings. And here's where the connection between Pesach and Shavuot and the Omer is a road towards revelation through some kind of purification. Now, in Jewish sources, Shavuot is also known as Chag HaBikurim, the festival of the first fruits. And according to the Torah, the first fruits would be brought to the Holy Temple in Jerusalem only once we have arrived at the place that God had chosen for divine worship, that is Jerusalem. So the Torah stresses the connection between Shavuot and Jerusalem. In fact, the Torah contains a special declaration to be made by the Israelites upon bringing the fruits to the temple. Sidebar, this is actually the only prayer recorded in the Torah to be said by your average person. You can quote me on that one. It is the truth. That's the only prayer recorded in the Torah. Because, the Shema is in the Torah, but it's not presented in the Torah as a prayer. It's presented as, hey, here, Israel, I have something to tell you. But this one is actually a prayer. It's a liturgical prayer. And you all know it. Aren't you amazing? And you all know it because it's part of the Haggadah. Now, very clever the rabbis are, right? To include in the Haggadah, that is about Pesach, a text that will tell you about the connection of Pesach to Shavuot. Any guesses what the text is? So basically, from Passover, our freedom from Egypt and slavery, you get to Shavuot, which celebrates in this context the entry into the land of Israel and the arrival into Jerusalem. And the days in between represent the time needed for the Israelites then and for the Jews through the generations for purification so that we can arrive at the next holiday, with the first fruits, and so that we can bring them to God. And the text is a text that goes this way. Arami Oved Avi Yered Mitzrayim. My father was a wandering Aramean, and he descended to Egypt, became great among numerous. The Egyptians afflicted us. We cried out to Adonai our God, who heard our voice, saw our affliction, and took us out of Egypt with a strong hand in a sign of wonders. Now, there is a twist. It's never as easy in Jewish things, because you would imagine that the rabbis would want to quote the entire prayer as it appears in the book of Deuteronomy. But they do not. They leave out kind of an important section at the very end, because they have trouble with that last section. And the section is verses 9 and 10 in Deuteronomy 26. And these are the two verses that are left out. God brought us to this place, and God gave us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And now behold, I have brought the first fruit, the bikurim of the earth that you have given me, O Adonai. So, why did the rabbis leave out that piece? What is the reason that we no longer can say those two verses? Like we can say the rest during Pesach. Because those two last sections have not been true for over 2,000 years. Because the temple was destroyed in the year 70. And it has not been rebuilt, despite what you may read on the internet. And it's not going to be rebuilt. And so those two lines are not something that we can say and believe in it. As a people, we are no longer in control of our land, and no sacrifices and offerings are being made in that regard. Rabbi Riskin explains, I heard it said in the name of a great Talmudic giant of the last century that the reason for this deletion is that our entry into the land of Israel is only destination and not destiny. It's only destination and not destiny. I know we say, what do you mean we don't have possession of the land? We do not. If we want to build the temple on the Dome of the Rock, that is World War III right there. Happened right away. If we or anybody ever decides to tear down the Dome of the Rock. So, you pick your battles, but I don't think this one is one that we want to pick. So it's not going to happen. Although we now live in a time when a sovereign Jewish state does exist, and we cherish and we support it, the idea behind the Haggadah's omission is that Judaism is and will always be bigger than a Jewish state. As Jews who have chosen to actively participate in the life of this Kehillah Kedoshah, of this and many other synagogues, the Haggadah reminds us that not all Jews live in Israel or aspire to live there. The moment that Eretz Israel, the land and the state, become our destiny, I'm afraid that we may lose our way. I respect and admire Jews who chose to make Aliyah and to live in Israel. They truly walk the talk. Yet, as religious individuals like ourselves, as people who uphold the ethical teachings found in the Torah, our destiny lies somewhere else. Our destiny is bound up with how we treat the stranger, how we create a just and equitable society, and how we bring chesed, love and compassion into each other's lives and into the world. Our destiny is tikkun olam. As we count and mark our way from freedom to revelation, I pray that we will constantly be reminded that the path towards holiness passes through our hands, and that we do with it whatever we do will depend entirely on how, in the face of hatred, we are willing to stand up for compassion and for love. Have a Shabbat Shalom, everybody. As we welcome back our musicians, we continue together on page 586, and if you're able, we invite you to stand or rise in spirit.
למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. ונאמר והיה אדוני ממלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
As we reach our moment of remembrance, we take a moment to offer a prayer on this eve of Memorial Day weekend. El Maleh Rachamim, O God, full of compassion, who dwells on high, grant rest beneath your sheltering wings in the ranks of the holy and pure, whose splendor is like that of the heavens, to the souls of those who sacrificed their lives for the sake of America and American ideals. O Lord of mercy, bring them under the cover of your wings forever, and preserve the bond that unites the souls with life. You are their portion forever. May they rest in peace, and together we say, Amen. Now our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, closer to us, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We are observing the Shloshim period for Lina Conway, mother of Julie Schaefer, and Richard Kaufman, uncle of Leslie Malter and Bitsy Sater. Rita, and the following yortzites of our congregation: Rita Balo, Sylvia Brothers, Evelyn Dekowski, Samuel Feynman, Ethel Firestone, Dorothy Goldstein, Saul Gould, Ida Biggis Haken, Ruth Kaufman, Maurice Klutznick, Selma R. Christopher, Milton Irving Mann, Norman Reisman, Corinne Rope, Ben Rosenthal, Delvin Rothman, Charlotte Simmons, William Weinling, Viola May Watt Worthington, Albert Worthy. If you remember, a fallen soldier from the Americans, it could be anybody, doesn't have to be recent. If you remember anybody, would like to share their names with us. Thank you. Thank you. Zichronam livracha, may the memories be for a blessing. On page 598, we join together as a congregation to recite Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Itgadal ve'itkadash shme rabba, be'alma divra chirute ve'amlich malchute, be'chayechon uve'mechon uve'chayei dechol Beit Israel, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabba mevarach li'alam u'le'almei amhaya. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דע אמירם בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל,
For some announcements, and thank you to our musical team, Leslie and Warren, and to our bow committee in the back, thank you. Special thanks to our Shalom squad, Kevin and Alina, and to our ushers, Scott and Barbara. Thank you.
Did you usher too?
No.
No?
Up here.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mention how. You're correct. Sorry.
It's okay, I'm just a drummer.
It was here. I left it out.
Our Shabbat celebrations continue tomorrow with Shabbat morning worship at 10:30 a.m. when we will celebrate Samuel Kirstein becoming a bar mitzvah. There's no Sichat Shabbat this one Saturday. It's Memorial Day weekend. So if you show up at 9, you just plan to sit and wait.
Bring a book. Next Saturday, June 1st, we encourage you to join us as Sasha Weiner becomes a bat mitzvah.
And next Friday, we have a whole lot going on. We're going to welcome our newest Jews by choice and say farewell to Rabbi Katapan. We hope you will join us for these 2 milestone moments in our congregation.
Finally, be sure to save the date for our Shavuot extravaganza. After our Erev Shavuot service on June 11th, we will have something for all ages. We'll have a traditional text study, a Spiel Your Guts session, and a movie for the kids. Learn more on the website or sign up here. RSVPs are requested.
My understanding is there's still some slots open for the Spiel Your Guts. So you have 5 minutes to talk about anything from Talmud to Taylor Swift, whatever makes you happy and is interesting to the rest of us. There's so much more going on. I'm seeing a lot of new faces lately, so I'm going to put in a plug for our Pride Choir and Band. So if you are an instrumentalist or a vocalist, please talk to me if you are interested. The choir starts the first Wednesday of June, and Pride Shabbat is the last Friday of June, and then the band rehearsal is TBD, but just email me and let me know that you're interested, and I will get you all the information you need.
So I hear that we have a special cake for the graduates. So for the graduate who came in
Arlo gets
person.
cake first.
And
This congregation is disproportionately excited about cake. Like always, I am fascinated.
So, but before we can partake of the cake, we'd like to invite all of you, if you're able, to stand and join us in the closing lines of Adon Olam.
Adonai li velo ira. Adonai li velo ira. Adonai li velo ira. Shan ve'ayira ve'im rochi geviati Adonai li velo ira Adonai li Shabbat Shalom.
Take care of each other out there.